right, YouTube. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. Of course, Auburn takes on Ole Miss, but I'm going to be honest, guys. This game is not at all about Ole Miss. I mean, we can go into all the stats. Yeah, they're averaging well over, 400 or 500 yards a game, maybe. Had the situation where Rice Plumlee was going to be the quarterback, but now you have to go with Corral, putting up a lot of points against everybody they played except for last week when they had the 6 interceptions against Arkansas, losing that one 33-21. And we can go on and on about Lane Kiffin and how his return to the SEC shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. He's known for putting up points. He's put up points everywhere he's gone, whether it be Alabama, whether it be FAU, or wherever that other school he went last time. That could be the storyline. But unfortunately, because of some of the things that are either perceived or actual reality on the Plains, this is a huge week for the Auburn Tigers, no matter who they were playing against. This is going to be a huge week. This is going to be a week where all eyes are on the Tigers at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, as they take on Ole Miss out in Oxford. We know Ole Miss can throw the ball. We all know that Ole Miss can run the ball. We know that they're pretty shaky on defense. The thing that I want to see this week is I want to see the adjustments, the necessary adjustments that's going to be very deliberate, and that's going to be very intentional in order for Gus Malzahn to right the ship. Because in the last 2 weeks, it's just had the appearance that the ship is just not right. One, you have Bo Nix who is struggling. I believe probably more so mentally than from an ability standpoint. I mean, he's getting butchered in the media. 3 interceptions. Auburn's on a roll. Looks like they're about to win against South Carolina. 3 interceptions, kind of railroaded that. And he actually tried. You could see the effort in trying to get some momentum going, but accuracies continue to be an issue. Drop passes continue to be the issue. Decision-making late when Auburn actually still had a chance to lead. You got to be a little bit more game aware, I think. But Bo Nix has to reel this thing in, and Gus Malzahn has to help him out. Chad Morris is not going to be able to help him out. Chad Morris hardly knows Bo Nix. Gus Malzahn spent the whole season calling plays with Bo Nix with some success. I actually put Bo Nix in some pretty decent situations. I think Gus Malzahn is going to have to get in the middle of this, like I said in another video. He's going to have to get to where he is a centerpiece of this offense. I mean, like it or love it, but Gus Malzahn can dial up some good plays. And I think Auburn has the personnel to actually make this happen and be successful at it. So don't be shocked if, at least for the next couple of weeks, Gus Malzahn actually takes on a heavy portion of the play calling. Very run heavy. Bo Nix probably should not throw any more than 25 yards. Unlike last year, this is no knock to Boobie Whitlow. I think Boobie Whitlow was, for his skill set, I thought he did pretty well in Power 5 football. But what you need are guys like DJ Williams. You need guys like Tank Bigsby who actually attack the line of scrimmage, who, if they get going, this thing could get real interesting. Okay? Now, I know you guys are not big on comparisons because I've, kind of slick compared some aspects of Bo Nix' game to Nick Marshall. Like, don't you ever compare Bo Nix to Nick Marshall. They're not the same. That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you are entitled to your opinion. Please keep leaving the comments in the comment section because, for one, I'm thoroughly entertained by them, and two, it helps me with the content because I really want to provide this medium and this space for you guys to be able to vent and talk about Auburn football. And for the most part, you guys have remained relatively respectful. As long as there's no slurring going on, long as y'all are not really bashing the players on a personal level, then the comments will be welcome. But either way, that's another thing. Gus Malzahn's just got to get in the middle of this play calling. Let's run the football. You got the running backs there. He also talked about in one of his interviews how Mark Anthony Richards had one of the best practices that he's had since he's been there. And I think that says a lot. So it's just giving hint that Gus Malzahn has to reel this team back in. Attitudes were just all over the place last weekend. Frustration. Guys wanting to make it happen, but it just wasn't working out. Sometimes you have those games, and it takes leadership. And it also takes a concerted effort by the players as well to understand their levels of accountability. Like, say, for instance, Nehemiah Pritchett. If I make a play like what Nehemiah Pritchett didn't make in the end zone against Shi Smith in that free play that South Carolina had, I'm just going back to the drawing board and I'm trying to get better. Yes, I was in great position, but I misread the play. You know, it was just that simple. So Gus Malzahn, I believe, has to man up and be very intentional with the adjustments that he makes. 1, play calling. 2, making sure that the situational play calling makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you have a brand new guy, even though they have been an offensive coordinator before, sometimes it just doesn't make sense, especially not having spring and really not having a solid offensive line that they've been able to work with. Sometimes it just makes sense to kind of take over a little bit. Most of us in our enterprises, some of us who are leaders and some of us who are managers, we've had situations where we've had to do that. Of course, you want to continue to get the offensive coordinator's buy-in and let him know you're not trying to step on his toes. But in order for us to get through this small hump, hey, bro, let me help you out. Let me help you out. I know these guys. I know what I think we need to accomplish at this point. Let's do it this way so we can get out of this. And that's what a real leader is going to do. So man up, Gus. We got to see it this week. Got to see it this week. Again, it's Kennard, Vernon, Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. Genuinely love the comments. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I understand you guys are not always going to agree with what I say, but I definitely appreciate you guys showing some level of mutual respect. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Damn Eagle prediction show tomorrow.